Ew, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
This is our spoiler-free review of The Eternals. We don't agree with Rotten Tomatoes. We get Nerdy Nightly.
And we thought we'd share it with you.
That is right. Welcome back to the channel. This time for another Marvel Should You See It? And according to the internet, maybe, maybe not. But here we say...
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like this movie a lot.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I went into it a little apprehensive, for sure. Mm-hmm. Because of the reviews, I was like, oh, no, I've been kind of like hyped for this movie. I don't know anything about the Eternals. Just to be fair, just to be frank, sorry, I am not... I've never been like a comic book person. That's just never been like my area of expertise. And all I had to go off of was the commercials and the hype surrounding it. And, I was a little bit worried when I started seeing the reviews coming out. And it was like, oh, it's boring. Oh, this. I'm trying to think what the other criticisms were. And off the top of my head, I don't know. Because I don't have a lot to criticize about this movie. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's stuff that you can be critical of in terms of style. In that, I would say there are things about this movie that are truly not for everyone. I don't think that they're bad. And I think that's probably why this is so divisive, right? Chloe Zhao directed The Eternals. Starring an incredibly star-studded cast. Gemma Chan.
So hot.
Very attractive cast, yes. Gemma Chan obviously leads that as Cersei. There's so many Game of Thrones characters pop back up.
Are back together working with Cersei
Richard Madden and Kit Harington pop up as Icarus and Dane Whitman. We've got Angelina Jolie in this. Mm-hmm. We've got Brian Tyree Henry in this. Mm-hmm. We've got Kumail Nanjiani in this. We've got... oh my god, Barry Koenig's in this.
I don't know names. You're on your own.
We've got... I'm trying to see if I can remember all of their... I actually... You know what? I don't know who plays Mercari and I don't know who plays Sprite.
Fair enough.
Those are the two names I would have to look up. But
that's fair.
A huge stacked cast. Incredible looking cast. Incredible acting cast. I think the acting in this movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a lot about the Eternals that is niche. I think this might be the most niche Marvel movie. In terms of, this is really like an old-fashioned sci-fi epic about big ideas and about morality, and I think that might just not be as interesting to a Marvel audience that was going in hoping to see the Eternals punch a lot.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think that Marvel generally does a great job of appealing to the general population, right? Yeah. Marvel has found what they do best. They appeal to a large group of people. Yeah. They have a formula and it works. And this is not that. And I commend Marvel for taking that risk, because I definitely think Eternals is a risk for them.
This movie was very expensive.
Yeah.
It looks very good.
It looks incredible. And I think that I agree. I think that this movie is not for everybody, but that doesn't make it bad.
Yeah, but I do think that maybe it is a 60, not in the sense that it's a 60, but in the sense that if you don't know how Rotten Tomatoes works, basically they average out the reviews, right? So if there are 100 people who say that the movie is the greatest movie of all time, those are all considered 100 positives. And then if there's a bunch of people who think that it's a 59, those are all negatives. Mm-hmm. So you could have a lot of people who think this is an above a 5 out of 10. Mm-hmm. But it could have if there's 1,000 reviews that are above a 5 out of 10, maybe it's some people's favorite movie, but it has a 2 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's just it is a weird aggregate system that I don't think represents the reality of the situation. Mm-hmm. And in this case, I'm really surprised to see this movie is rotten, because when I think about the MCU and the fact that no other MCU movie is rotten, this is far and away not the worst MCU movie.
Oh god, no, this is better than
most of
Thor,
them.
Thor 2. I think I think Iron Man.
The first Iron Man?
No, Iron Man. Sorry, I always get Iron Man 2 and 3 confused. It's definitely better than at least one of them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean. Yeah.
Whichever of the two sequels to Iron Man you don't like, it's better than that one.
Yeah, I think honestly, Eternals is like A tier.
Yeah, I would say it's an A-.
Yeah, there are. Oh man, there are a lot of big ideas in this movie, and it does feel a little bit long because there is so much there. And if you're one of those people who likes your 90-minute movie, this might drag a little bit.
Yeah, I think that is. I think that there are a couple of moments in the film where it loses focus a little bit, and I think that there is a period of the movie. I don't think it's spoilers to say that, because it's in the trailers, right? That there is a significant chunk of this movie that revolves around catching people up on what's going on.
Yeah.
As they have to like collect the Eternals back together, right? And that section of the film, to me, after like the fourth time it happens, the gag of it just doesn't work, and they kind of play the same gag every time, and it was just unnecessary to me. However, in saying that, seeing how each Returnal responded very differently to the same information and to the same delivery of that information did create a lot of character information for the audience that I actually really liked. If you're looking for Marvel's slam bammiest movie, this one is not it.
Yeah.
But if you have been watching Marvel movies for years and like the comedy of Marvel movies but wish they spent a little bit more time on the inner life of these characters, I think you might like this movie a lot, because this movie really is about relationship and morality and the decision on when is the time to do something and when what is the right thing to do. I think that it approaches those themes in a really fantastic way. There's a theme about love that really transcends this film, and not just romantic love, but like family love and found family love and humanity, really. I think that Chloe Zhao made a movie that is really uniquely optimistic about the value of the human species. And I think that rings really true for me throughout the entire film. And so there's stuff about this movie that I think is far and away the most like intellectual and heartfelt the MCU has ever been, and that was the stuff that really pushed this up into a movie that I love. I loved this movie.
The emotion, like the humanity of it, the heart of it was really strong. And I wanted to point out, you mentioned in one of our trailer reactions, there are so many main characters. How are we going to connect with all of them? And I think Marvel did an excellent job.
I agree.
There are definitely characters that you relate to and you understand and know more about than others, which you can't do it all. But I think that the way that they balanced it and how they prioritize, like what their priorities were, I think they made the right calls. Because I loved the people in this movie. I really felt like I cared for all of them.
Yeah, I think that comes down a lot to Chloe Zhao, obviously, is the director, but also the actors themselves. I think all of the actors really showed up and brought some just a crazy level of humanity to these characters that are eternal, right? And playing with that. You say nice things about the actors really quick. I want to pull up someone's name.
Sounds good. I one of the strongest points to me was definitely the acting in the movie. Everybody was 10 out of 10. There was no slightly weaker link. There was no break in the chain, so to speak. Everybody was fantastic.
Yeah, I really want to call out Harish Patel, who is the actor who plays a character related to Kingo in the movie, Kumail Nanjiani's character. And when I tell you, that man is the funniest part of this movie by far, and also breaks your heart with just with the sincerity that he brings to the role. I genuinely was like, God, I love this actor so much.
Yeah.
And I've never seen him in anything before, but right now I like, he steals scenes away from all the big flashy stuff that's going on in ways that's so small, because it's just like what if they took a real person on the adventure with them? And I think that he is not going to get enough credit for how incredible he is in this movie.
I don't know. I don't know.
Or maybe he is. I'm talking about him. So
I mean, yeah. I don't know how to judge that because you and I both walked out of there being like that guy.
That guy.
And I hope other people do too because yeah,
he's so funny.
He was fantastic. There's a lot of humor in this show as well, which I think contributes to like the heart and soul of it.
Mm-hmm.
The balance is there, and you know, Marvel movies often have a really good sense of humor. It's kind of spoilers, but they.
Nope, don't say it. We are gonna have a spoiler chat, so you can say it in that.
Sure, yeah.
This is 10 minutes though. I think we've said what we've said, right? Oh, you know what we haven't said before we get out of this? The look is incredible. The design, the scenic design, the world design, the celestial design.
Yeah.
Arshem looks amazing every time that he appears.
The gold theme that they crafted, like, it was stunning.
Yeah. Their costumes are amazing. Thena's costume is gorgeous.
Thena, I just want to be her. I literally want to
Everybody
be her.
wants to be Angelina Jolie. Look at those cheekbones.
100%.
You could, like, you know, you have cheekbones. You know what I mean? Like,
just get some, like, lip plumper and...
lip plumper.
You would need
full on implants.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie's lips are genuine magic.
Yeah.
I also want to call it the deviant design. The enemies of the Eternals. I did not like the way they looked in the trailers. But once you see them in the movie, once you see the final product of them, the way the color ripples through their skin,
it looks like oil.
Yeah.
And it's so
that's it.
Beautiful. Like in a off-putting way. Like it is beautiful and off-putting, and yeah, the design of them is incredible. Like it struck me the moment, like you see one like fairly early in the movie, so that's not a spoiler. Like
no, they are
throughout the whole thing. And yeah, from the first moment it appeared, I was like, oh my god,
yeah, it
looks so good. The fighting looks incredible. I enjoyed a lot of the fight choreography for this.
Me too. Yeah.
You know,
the CGI is really, really solid.
Yeah, it's CGI. Obviously, these people have powers, and it's heightened in a lot of ways, but they did it in a way that was most of the time easy to follow. I think there were a couple moments where that fell through a little bit, but for the most part, you were able to keep an eye on everything that was happening.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, that is our non-spoiler review. Do you have a final thought for the review?
No.
I would go see any movie any of these people stars in next.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Gemma Chan. She really, really carries this movie. But yeah, with that, come stay on the channel. Go find the spoiler chat. It'll go up around the same time that this goes up this Thursday night. We're very excited to talk about some spoilers, get into some comics stuff. I have some thoughts about some things that changed from the comics, as well as get into those post-credit scenes. It's a Marvel movie. You know there's two of them.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about both in our spoiler chat. But until then, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button. Hit the dislike button. Leave me comments down below. Maybe subscribe. You want to know why? The algorithm god is hungry, and we must feed her.
What?
As always, you can follow us over on Twitch. I'm over at twitch.tv/nerdynightly.
I'm over at twitch.tv/clarstucars.
And you can support our nonsense over at fanhouse.app/nerdynightly or patreon.com/nerdynightly. It's the same in both places. It's just where you already have an account. Or you could give us money in both places, and then we could have more money of yours.
Thanks.
Do something nerdy tonight.
Bye.